This is the result I got using the Revlon Root Booster. This is not a paid video, by the way. I purchased that and I just want to see what I can do with my hair. If you watched my previous video using the Revlon Root Booster, you saw that I did try for the first time and I did a bounce blow dry. If you haven't watched it yet, this is the link. So in general, I really like this brush, and today the technique I'm gonna try, it's called twisted blow dry. When I worked in a hair salon, I did use this technique a lot and I had a lot of clients coming back for it. And this technique is great because normally when you want loose waves, you need to blow dry your hair first, either straight with a bit of body and then go with the curling iron on top. And this technique allows you to have your hair from wet to dry in the wavy shape using only one heat tool. And that's what we're gonna try with this bad boy here. And bear in mind, I only tried the twisting technique using this size of brush or a bit thinner and a hair dryer. I've never tried with the Revlon brush, so this is gonna be an experiment and I'm excited to show you if I can do this with this brush or not. So let's go. I already washed my hair. You can see my natural hair is quite oily. It's not oily because I washed. You can see the texture of my hair is quite wavy and I just washed. This is how wet or how dry you want it to be. What is this? Glad I checked right in the beginning, because if this is out and I'm like about to finish my video, I would be so pissed. And of course, the first step, always heat protector. This one I'm using is from Bondi Boost. If it's available, I'm gonna link on my LTK in the description below, so make sure you check it out. So I like to apply it through my whole hair or through sections, really depend on my mood and my day. It smells so good too. Okay, we shall start. The first step of getting a great blow dry is separate your hair in clean sections. Even more for this style, because if you get in a section that doesn't belong to the section you're drying, it's a mess, okay? If I'm doing a client, I like to start with the front section first because I let it cool down and it sets a little bit quicker, and the front is what the client will see, so that's why you want to make it look perfect. And because I'm doing it myself, I'm going to start with the back. So the first section, I'm going to start right here on top of my ears and go horizontal. Be sure you use a hair clip. The bottom part I'm going to split in two. The secret to this twisting blow dry is always twist to the same direction. I decided to try it out, the technique, before making sure it works, so I can explain to you guys. So you can see I fit this section, I twist and I slide it down slowly. It's happening. And here I'm switching to cooler air so we can lock these waves in. This is what we want. Yay! Okay, based on the left side that I just did and it worked, I'm gonna explain how I did it. So you need to make sure that once you have your section almost dry, don't keep going over and over, otherwise you can burn your hair, okay? And I used the cool air after we finished just to lock it in, and it did work, so yay to that. So once you dry the roots, you don't need to distribute the heater all over because we want this still wet, if it makes sense. Over, inside, both sides, blah, blah, blah. I'm gonna put the brush behind the section, twist a little bit, grab your hand and finish wrapping, and then we're gonna go down. It's like almost like a diagonal, if it makes sense. And you see this little tube that comes like from the top of the brush, not tube, like a little tunnel, I don't know how to explain. You're gonna twist and pull it out as it twists, so go slow, don't need to hurry. And once you finish, it's gonna be almost dry, and maybe you can do 2 or 3 times if you feel the section is dried enough. If you're twisting too much and your hair gets stuck, don't panic, just switch it off and start pulling section by section, just like one by one, and we'll come out, okay? That's why you need to do with your hair a little bit wet still, because the chances of getting stuck, it's way lower. And here we have the second section, and you can see that it's curling from the middle to the end, and that's what we want. Don't go with your finger through it, don't, because it's gonna ruin it. Don't touch, let it cool down back there. I normally measure like 2 or 3 fingers. Now this section here we part into. Someone needs to touch up the roots though. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna repeat everything. Teach this Once I tried to teach this technique to a friend, and one thing that she was doing something that wasn't working, and she asked me like, why is it not working, blah blah. Because if we get this thin and this tight, the curls are not gonna stay. So what you need to do is be gentle, don't curl too much, and let the heat do its job, you know what I mean? The chances of your hair get stuck twisting that much is way higher as well. Once you tuck your section, you're gonna go slide, stop, slide, twist, stop, slide, twist, stop. Even like go backwards a little bit, you know, just let it breathe, I would say. And stop. Let's do it all. I'm gonna speed up and I'm gonna be quiet, and we're gonna finish this hair together. Let's go. And talking about the size of the section, you want to make sure that it's not either too thick and not too thin. Can't be too thick because you need to make sure it fits the size of the brush. If you put too much hair, it might get stuck here on the edges and will pull your hair out, and it's very painful. You might get a little bit stuck on what direction you should put. You just need to make sure that the brush slides, that's all. So if you go down, it doesn't slide, go up, it doesn't slide. It's like diagonal. And if you get stuck, make sure you put the section out of the brush, not from here. You just want to be like pulling from what it's already out of the brush. The top section, I want to part mine in the middle. This is not middle. I don't have one pin to help me do my middle. Okay, so I found the middle. I can probably do 2 to 3 sections. Let's see how I feel. I think we finished. it's looking good. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Feedback time while it cools down. Something I should mention on my previous video, this tip here, whenever you're trying to hold to twist, you can't hold it. If you had like a little tip, a little something that you could use to hold while you're twisting, would be very helpful. I don't know how it looks yet, but it did the job. Seriously, it's way quicker than using a hair dryer, because hair dryer you need to be like I'm gonna wait a couple more minutes and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and it's time to brush my hair and see if it worked. I'm gonna use my standard brush. You can use a comb, you can use anything. I have even a clip that looked like a comb. Maybe I will do one side each. How about that? Another tip, because I'm full of tips today, if you are doing a client and you need to brush through and she wants volume, what you're gonna do is put her hair down like this. Just tell her to put her head backwards a little bit and brush. Yeah, brush. Yeah, brush. Then once you come forward, you like shwa shwa shwa. And maybe let's do this side with, this is meant to be a comb, okay? Like, I just want to show the difference. And this is where you ask if they want a hairspray or a powder or anything to hold the volume. You can tease the roots a little bit if you want as well, but that's it. And look at the result. I am actually really happy because now I don't need to buy a hair dryer. More definition and more volume, and we didn't use too much heat, and this is heaven. This is not ideal to finish with, but this is a leave-in conditioner, but I just like the smell and I like how it feels in my hair, and I don't like any heavy product in my hair after I wash, so this might be perfection. But you can use oil or whatever, really, side part, and you can get nice loose waves without damaging your hair that much. This is the result I got using the Revlon. I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you follow me on my socials and give me the thumbs up because it's very important. And leave a comment if you feel like, because I really like the support and the love you guys show whenever I post a video. See you guys next time. Bye.